over the past couple of decades, country music has transitioned from the stereotypical banjo and fiddle sounds to the urbanized country pop and southern rock songs that are topping today's charts. This new wave of country music is gaining support from listeners all across different genres, and new and old country music artists are putting out albums that are more modernized but still have the same country roots that make the music so charming. Today we are joined by one of country music's newer breakout stars, John King. John has written chart toppers for Randy Houser, Hootie and the Blowfish, and has now released his own debut album, Always Gonna Be You. So great to have you here, John.
Oh, it's great to be here. Thank y'all for having me.
You are actually in your home studio this morning. You're in the Nashville area. Tell us a little bit about your musical journey and what steps have led you to this point.
Yeah, it's been a long road. I mean, I grew up in a tiny town in Northeast Georgia, and touring all over the place, playing hundreds of shows a year, and decided to make the move to Nashville about 6 years ago, and signed a record deal, signed a publishing deal, and it's really just been kind of a whirlwind since then. Getting to put out my own music, getting to write music for other artists that I grew up loving and admiring. So it's really been a dream come true, and country music's such a great family to be a part of.
And you're at the epicenter there in the Nashville area. There's nothing you can't do.
Oh yeah, it's a great town. I mean, I would have never thought it would be such it's a weird city because it kind of has a small town vibe, even though it's very big and has grown a lot. But yeah, country music's a great thing to be a part of, and the whole culture here, you're surrounded by so much talent. It just makes you want to get better. You kind of have to rise to the occasion.
Do you get starstruck? Do you see celebrities that you admire around town?
Not much, but the one time I did was when I met Reba for the first time. I saw Reba walking out of an elevator, and I almost fainted. I couldn't believe it. I called my wife instantly, and I was like, "You will not believe it. I just met Reba."
She is amazing, an absolute icon. But I want to talk about your music. Your new album is called Always Gonna Be You. What's the inspiration behind it?
The whole album really has this whole theme of family, faith. To me, like, as a family man, like, I have a 3-year-old daughter. I've been dating my wife, since we were in high school, and we've been married now for 8 years. They're my world, and I really don't know anything else to write about than that. I mean, it's the closest thing to my heart. And so this whole album was really kind of it's a little autobiographical and kind of in chronological order from start to finish, like, starting out in a small town, meeting my wife, growing up together, getting married, and now being a father. Like, it's really kind of, it's been a huge progress for me over the past few years, and I wanted to get that music out and kind of show fans like a little window into my world.
Yeah, it sounds like an idyllic life you are living there, which is great to hear. And of course, just you were a little bit better looking, maybe, your career would go in. I mean, you're kind of gorgeous, John King.
You're turning me red on Zoom. You're turning me red on Zoom.
I was sitting over here thinking that too. Yeah. I mean, you got it all going on. Some people win everything, but that's very cool. And so you are in this, in the epicenter of country music right now. And you talked about Reba and how that was a great honor to meet her. But who were sort of your musical inspirations or mentors as you were growing up? Who did you sort of look to as you wanted to emulate their style?
I think there's a home video of me as a kid that my mom has, singing along to Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places. And I think to me, Garth has always been like the quintessential like entertainer, and I always aspire to be like that because just the way he treats his fans. I mean, that's kind of what he's known for, is standing in meet and greet lines for hours and taking that extra minute to talk to a fan. And the first time I met him on the ACM red carpet, he just struck up a conversation with me, even though I was like a nobody, didn't have a hit song, nobody knew who I was. And just to be like that kind of person, just to be the kind of person that takes time and appreciates their fans. So I would say he's been a big influence for me.
All right. Great stuff. Thanks so much, John King. We will be on the lookout for you. Hopefully you're going on tour someday soon, and we appreciate your time this morning.
Thank y'all so much for having me.